speech, let me introduce a few words about him. Shri K. Jayachandran is presently working as a senior consultant with the MSME Technology Development Center, Agra. Basically, he's an engineer in ceramic and glass technology at the Regional Research Laboratories, CSIR, Trivandrum, for 9 years. Later, completed with special agricultural marketing, was since 1988 employed by the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. During his tenure, he was deputed to Entrepreneurship Development and Innovation Institute, Chennai, Government of Tamil Nadu, as a joint director. During his service with the Ministry of MSME, Sri Jayachandran has worked in several locations in the country: Impal, Nagpur, Chennai, Goa, Aurangabad, Hyderabad, and Andaman Islands. With a long service of over 30 plus years in the ministry, he has a strong exposure in entrepreneurship training and enterprises promotions. His area of interest are entrepreneurship guidance and counseling, promotion of micro and small enterprises, project or product opportunity guidance, and also a procedural guidance to new entrepreneurs. He has done extensive studies on entrepreneurship promotion and has prepared a series of guidebooks for new entrepreneurs. So on behalf of Karunya Institute of Technology and Sciences, it's an immense pleasure to welcome you, sir, and we are so thankful that you accepted when I approached in this regard. I also thank our HOD, Dr. Janita Dinakaran, for giving me an opportunity to take over the session today. So we are a digital platform and hope we are going to enjoy a good experiential learning today. We wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. So over to our guest speaker. Please, sir, the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you, madam. It's a nice introduction, and we are thankful to Karunya University Department of Agriculture. Am I audible?
There's some little.
For giving us an
Sir, you are
opportunity
audible,
to
but we are
speak
unable.
before you about this subject, entrepreneurship. Anything, madam? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Sir, we are unable to. Yes, you are audible.
Hello?
But we are unable to see your video, sir.
Entrepreneurship.
See my, madam?
You can share.
I'll share the screen a little later.
No, sir, we are unable to see your video. But anyhow, you can proceed, sir. You can proceed.
Okay, video is not very critical, madam. I'll see. Okay, during this 1 hour session, I'll be speaking on entrepreneurship, or more precisely, agripreneurship, which is not a proper English word. We cannot find it in dictionary, but if you go for a Google search, you can find it. So this is something related to after your graduation. What are you planning to do? Some of you might be planning to go for higher studies. Most of you will be thinking about a proper employment with an MNC, a lucrative employment. Everyone must be having some desire, some plans at this stage. So here in this session, we want to tell you, starting a business, entering into entrepreneurship is one such avenue available before you, which is a viable opportunity for the agriculture students. So to start a business, anybody can do. Doesn't mean you should have a formal education, should have an engineering degree or agriculture degree. But having studied something in a particular area, it will be easier for you to understand things. It will be easier for you to implement a business plan precisely whatever the way you work it out. So during this session, we would like to introduce you to the field of entrepreneurship and to the extent possible, try to motivate you to choose entrepreneurship as your career opportunity. So the purpose is starting a business by a qualified person, a graduate, specifically an agriculture graduate, where the avenues are more. Agriculture offers a lot of scope for entrepreneurship, agriculture processing, food processing, and related fields. I'll just share the screen. You're unable to see the screen now. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Allow me a minute.
So please enable your video, sir.
Yeah. Enable my video. Madam.
Start video.
One minute.
Hello. Some connectivity.
I'm so sorry. I think there is some difficulty in connecting, huh? Dr.
Yes,
Usha.
sir. Yes, ma'am. He's coming, ma'am. He asked to wait for 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry for the interruption, please. Ma'am,
Yes, Dr. Usha.
ma'am, could you please give permission to share the screen for another one participant, Dava,
Sure.
in the name of Dava?
Dava. Mr. Regan?
Yes, DHA-VA. DHA-VA.
DHADA. Dadava.
Dava, Dava. Yes, ma'am. Could you please ask the CTC center to enable the option for him for sharing screen?
Mr. Regan? Naku, I'll call him.
Okay, ma'am. Because he have some connectivity error,
Okay, okay.
but he checked before. I don't know why it happened again.
And there is one.
Unmute பண்ணல. Yeah. Madam, can I start now? I think the issue is resolved now.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some technical issues. I think it's resolved now. The session will cover something related to entrepreneurship, technopreneurship, agripreneurship, characteristics of entrepreneurs, and a few topics are listed. And within the 60 minutes, I will be trying to cover all these topics. So we will start venture for your perceived rewards. The perceived rewards are mostly profits. He is a person who initiates the idea, formulates a plan, and organizes resources and puts the plan. Here again, it is further defined. He is the one who initiates, takes the benefit of an opportunity and undertakes the risk of a complex process which involves planning, organizing, managing a business enterprise. He is typically inspired to start a business because he or she perceives a consumer need that is not adequately filled. In the sense, there are products and commodities available in the market, but they are not adequate enough to satisfy the consumer. So, if we can find out that gap, he has found out a proper business opportunity. Finally, he or she is necessarily motivated by a profit or economic gains. Usually, any person who starts a business will be motivated by economic gains. There are certain qualities for an entrepreneur: opportunity sensing, self-confidence, creativity, analytical ability, leadership qualities, knowledge of the field. In agriculture graduates, the knowledge what you acquire during your studies will be oriented towards a business establishment. Then communication skill, invariably it is required for any profession. Entrepreneurs needs much more communication skill than any other. Self motivation, willingness to accept and criticism, willingness to take risk, determination, ability to face uncertainty. The path will not be always smooth. There will be uncertainties en route. You should be able to face it. Again, additional definitions are: entrepreneur is an organizer, he is a decision maker, he must be a leader, innovator, a visionary, self-starter, likes to take challenges, success-oriented person, and there are few more qualities invariably are needed for a new entrepreneur. Normally, what an entrepreneur normally do? He innovates and combines resources in the form of men, materials, and money. Start video. ஆயிட்டு இருக்கோம் இல்ல அவங்களுக்கு வரலையே என்ன தெரியல. The screens you are able to see.
No, sir.
Hello?
No, sir.
Anybody?
We are unable to see your screen.
Usha,
I can see.
Dharnesan?
Yes. We are
Dharnesan,
unable to. Hello. Sir, we are
you
unable
are
to
able
see
to
your
see
screen,
the
sir.
screen?
No, sir, no. We are unable to see your screen, sir.
அவங்க சிஸ்டம்ல ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குமா இன்னும் தெரியல.
Okay, sir. I think now we are getting it.
வரலையா?
I think now it's coming.
Okay, sir. We got it.
Okay.
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 What does an entrepreneur do? Full screen. No. What? Where I have stopped? Okay. I think there are some hiccups here and there. The advantages of being an entrepreneur: sovereign status, then a subservient role. No boss. You are the boss. You are everything for you. Nobody is there to command you. There is no 9 to 5 working. Recognition, a social recognition from a job seeker to a job creator. Own timings. As I told you, there is no 9 to 5 working or nowadays online working at home. There is no compulsion that you should work in a particular time. You can have your own times, name, fame, provide jobs to others, economic gains, income generation. There are several advantages. Characteristics and functions of entrepreneurs: alertness to new opportunities. An entrepreneur always looks for a new opportunity. He acts as a change agent. Technological knowledge, whatever he acquired during his studies, he'll be able to use it effectively. He is innovative, risk taking. This risk taking, we very often we emphasize. There is no entrepreneurship without risk taking. Risk taking is a integral part of entrepreneurship. Otherwise, you will be happy with an employment. But if you prefer to become an entrepreneur, you should be prepared to take risk. Ability to organize and manage, because as a small scale entrepreneur, as a micro scale entrepreneur, you should be able to organize everything, man, machinery, materials, then manage them effectively. You should have leadership qualities, positive attitude, hard work, decision making, uses time effectively. See, everyone may not have all these qualities, but you may have most of them. But wherever there is a shortage, you'll be able to acquire also. Entrepreneurship always has some risk also. Any decision will always have many implications, both long term and short term. So weigh them, evaluate them, and do not be afraid to take hard and unpleasant decisions, because starting an enterprise, managing an enterprise is not an easy job. But at the same time, it's not impossible also. A majority of the reasons that cause failure can be avoided if proper planning is done in advance. Here, in this particular point, your studies will be handy for you because you are educated. You'll be able to analyze things in an effective way, and you can avoid the shortfalls. And even if it happens, you'll be able to overcome all those shortfalls, anticipate changes and problems, and prepare yourself to face them. These are all some of the risks associated with that. Again, it's technopreneurs. Yeah, new term is used. This term is coined for usually for the engineers and technologists, those who wants to become entrepreneur. Technology plus entrepreneurship. So they coined the word technopreneurs. Technopreneurs are entrepreneurs who use technology as the driving factor, because not the one whatever is available in the market. They may not like to do the same thing. They will try to apply their technical mind to to decide a product or a service, to do a business on that. Technology as a driving factor in transforming resources into goods and services. Usually they are technology savvy because they have studied technology. They are more creative, innovative, dynamic, dares to be different and take the unexplored path, takes challenges, and finally don't fear to fail. Even if there is a failure, and they know how to overcome that. They are expert in their chosen line. Suppose if you are studying agriculture and in that particular field, you must be much more qualified than a layman. So in that particular area, if you choose a product or project activity, you will be successful. Therefore, the technology persons, they are familiar with the intricacies of technology, what they promote. So similarly, the technopreneurship is again to suit the agriculture graduates. Agripreneurship term is used. Agriculture entrepreneurship or agripreneurship refers to entrepreneurship in agriculture. In its simplest definition, it's entrepreneurship in agriculture. It's primarily related to the production and marketing of various agricultural products. Entrepreneurship is a concept that encompasses transforming an idea or vision into a new business or new venture creation, or by an individual or a team of individual. Because entrepreneurship combined with agriculture, you are known as agropreneur. So it doesn't mean that once you have studied agriculture, you should be doing some business in agriculture only. You can change your line also. Risk and rewards of self-employment. I think I'll circulate this. You just compare. There are risks associated with self-employment. There are rewards also much more than the risk. If you just compare both, here in the rewards, if you see scope for creativity, then you will gain status in the community. All those things are there. And the risk is in a self-employment, you will lose your time. You'll have to be flexible. It may affect your social life because this 9 to 5 working may not help in self-employment. Probably you might be working not less than 16 hours a day. Yeah, that too in the initial stages. The we always call it the initial stage is more dangerous. Once you overcome that, then only you'll be successful. So in those time, you have to work long hours. All your privacy or whatever the social gathering and all, whatever you are thinking, everything will go. But on a comparison, the rewards are much more than the risk associated with entrepreneurship or self-employment. Then we come to a definitions of micro and small enterprises. So during this session, we are not going to discuss about an industry which involves investment worth several crores, like a steel plant or a cement plant or a shipbuilding yard, where the investment is will be in terms of several crores. But our concentration is our focus is for micro and small enterprises. A business enterprise is an economic institution. It's a simple definition. Engaged in production and or services in order to earn profits and acquire wealth. We have already defined on entrepreneurship. To earn profits and acquire wealth, you have a medium to start a business enterprise. It's an economic institution. It can be involving itself in the production or service activity. Enterprise is defined differently in terms of workers employed or investment in plant and equipment, turnover, output, etc. So you may ask what is an enterprise? So world over, enterprise is defined in terms of number of workers employed in the establishment or investment he made in plant and equipment or the turnover, sales turnover like that. But in the Indian context, micro, small and medium enterprises are classified in terms of investment in plant and machinery and equipments. Now, the recent definition says depends on turnover also. In the next slide, we will come to that. The type of enterprises or manufacturing where you buy the raw material, process it, add value, sell it in the market. So it encompasses several operations right from procurement of raw materials to sales. In services where the risk component is slightly less, like courier service, hotel service, financial services, hospital service, many services, even a catering service, you supply food and beverages in a family function, in a marriages, in a social get together, all those things comes under service activity. Builders, construction activity, all classified under services, where the risk is less. The reason is you don't own anything here. You buy a material, process it, sell it. That is manufacturing, where the risk component is more. In services, relatively, the risk is less. The third one is trading. Trading, as you know, you can do a trading. You have sufficient resource to open a shop in anywhere in a town where the risk is much more less. Whatever sales you make a profit. If there is no sales, no profit. But not like manufacturing. Manufacturing involves much more risk. Here the recent definition, it is said to come into effect from, it will come into effect from 1st July onwards. The earlier definition based on the investment in plant and machinery, it was formulated in the year 2006 when the MSME Development Act was promulgated. After around 14-15 years, the definition of micro enterprises, small enterprises, and medium enterprises has changed now. The micro enterprises where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 1 crore and turnover does not exceed 5 crore. So, under this classification, most industries will be covered. All small industries, tiny industries will be covered. Earlier, there was a distinction between a manufacturing activity and a service activity, and the definition was different. That you need not worry about now. The reason is the definitions of micro, small, and medium enterprises have been changed, notified in the Gazette. So it will be effective from 1st July 2020. Similarly, the small enterprises where the investment in plant and machinery does not exceed 10 crore turnover is 50 crores. Within 50 crores, investment in plant and machinery 10 crore, turnover does not exceed 50 crore or classified as small enterprise. And mostly our lookout will be micro and small only. But MSME Development Act, MSME Ministry deals with the medium enterprises also. Medium enterprises are those where the investment in plant and machinery or equipment does not exceed 50 crore and turnover does not exceed 250 crore. If you just see the variation in micro, small, and enterprises, it is classified based on the investment, based on the turnover. And earlier, service enterprise, manufacturing enterprise, there was a distinction. Now that has been removed. So by increasing the investment level and turnover level, the MSMEs or new entrepreneurs stand to benefit out of it because They can look for more financial aid. They can look for more concessions and incentives. So the new definition will be in force from 1st July 2020. Having understood what is entrepreneurship, what is MSME, now the point what you have to consider is, am I going to do a business on my own? I'm sure in the group of Karanya Deemed University Agriculture Department, right from the year 1 to final year, 4 years, the number of candidates will be around, say, 1,000. We don't expect everyone will plunge into entrepreneurship, but a segment of it, at least 20% or 15%, or even below that, no issue. When the college claims that we have placed so many of our students in a better employment, they should also claim these many number of students have become self-employed. So that should be the approach of the educational institutions, because depending only on employment is not going to help. So in the process, the first step or the first thinking which comes to your mind is two major decisions. One is the decision to be self-employed. Am I going for it? I may get a job, no issue. Having studied agriculture, the openings are available in government sector, in private sectors also. There are MNCs, but even if I am given a employment, I don't want it. I would like to do a business on my own. So to come to that type of decision is not an easy process, because right from the year one, you will nurture your idea, or more than that, your parents will be thinking, soon after the graduation, my son will be employed somewhere, and he'll be able to support the family. But with all these things, if you decide to be self-employed, then nobody can stop you. Then once you have taken a decision, all right, I know entrepreneurship involves risk taking. Entrepreneurship involves a lot of pain, a lot of uncertainties. With all these things, I'll be able to overcome the situation. I'll be able to prove myself as a successful businessman. Then you have decided to be self-employed. Once that decision is taken, once again, at the cost of repetition, I am telling you, it's not an easy decision, but persons from business community normally they enter into. For example, people from Gujarat area and all, whatever the lucrative employment you give, they'll simply say, no, 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 I'll go for a business, I'll do a business on my own. All right, let us assume that you have taken a decision to be self-employed. That means to enter into entrepreneurship. Then the next decision is product or a project selection. All right, I'm going to do a business, but what type of product will suit me? How much investment I should be able to make? Whether the chosen product is useful, is saleable easily in the market. So all those things you have to consider. Only two major decisions. One is decision to be employed. The latter one, a proper product selection in your area. For a product selection, you have to consider only two factors. That is one, whether you will be able to sell your product, whatever you make. The government helps you in several ways, by finance, by allotting a developed land, allotting a work shed, or many things, incentives, concessions, whatnot. But They don't guarantee you produce your item, government will buy from you. There is nothing like that. That's your own headache, and it's for you to decide. So once you are convinced, yes, I am going to make a product which will be better than what is available in the market, which will be cost effective, which will be cheaper than the similar commodities available in the market. So I'll be able to sell it. Then the next question is how much investment it will involve. Investment without finance, absolutely no business. Most people might be thinking to start a business, we need money. Who is going to give? At this stage, simply think that money is available. There are n number of schemes being operated by the government. There are n number of banks and financial institutions willing to lend you, provided you have a proper project, provided you are a good promoter. When I say you are a good promoter, you must have a track record. You should not be a defaulter from a bank. You should have some values which will support you to become an entrepreneur. So the project size is not important, but normally, barring some government schemes, they expect 1/4 of the project cost must be the promoter's contribution. The promoter is supposed to bring 1/4 of the project cost. Imagine the project cost is say 10 crores. 1/4 is 2.5 crore is your money. But in some schemes, as low as 10% is permitted. But for all practical purposes, consider that 25% of the project cost must be my money, not a borrowed one, own investment. Imagine that 25% is say around 2.5 crores or 2 crores or 1 crore, whatever you will be able to invest. 3 times of that will be the loan money or a borrowed amount. Put together, the project cost is worked out. So here, a very important point, a decision to be self-employed, you have decided. The second point, a product or project must be decided based on 2 criteria. One is marketability of your product. The second one is the ability to invest for your project. There are several steps involved in setting up MSMEs, and each step you can you have to study deeply, and all these descriptions are available in any website. Once you Google it, you will find out a number of basic lessons for procedural guidance for setting up MSMEs. Just to read out few things, I'll just tell you. You have to do a selection of your product. I think we have discussed with a fair amount of time. Selection of your product is a essential and very important component of setting up a MSME, because you can get guidance from for several other topics, but to select a product, you may get ideas, but the final decision is yours because you are going to take the risk. Location of the enterprise, is this based on your native place or based on the concentration of industries where there are industrial estates or developed by the government? Preparation of a profile, the type of product you are going to make, based on which how much I am going to invest, how much profit I can expect, what are the machineries needed. All those things you roughly work out. Yeah, profile will come out that will form a basis for your further thinking and planning. Registration with the authorities and all mere procedural, you need not worry about it. If you are unable to do it on your own, you will be engaging a agent, or you can hire an agent to do it, arranging term finance. This particular issue you need not worry much about at this stage. The reason is finance is available. Finance is available in plenty, but the lenders are wary to whom they should finance. So finance is available. There are government schemes available. Government schemes like PMEGP, UIEGP, then needs. There are a large number of government schemes where subsidy come finance is provided. Finance is provided up to 95% of your project cost, up to 90% of project cost. In addition, 30% of project cost is given as a subsidy. Subsidy means a free money given to you by the government to encourage you, to motivate you to enter into a business. Then these licenses, clearances, just don't worry. Nowadays, sitting at home online, you can do it. You need not even run around the offices. You need not waste your time on all those things. All these licenses, clearances can be done online from your comfort of your office or at residence. Obtaining land and building, constructed buildings are available in government approved industrial estates. Procurement of machinery, by working out the project profile, you will know the type of machineries and equipments needed for your project, and all these things you can do it while pursuing your studies at Karunya. That's what I want to emphasize, because for students who are in first year or second year or even third year, they may think this topic is a little premature for them, but not quite true. These type of lessons are being taught even at school level nowadays. So the purpose is to introduce you to this line, to motivate you to some extent, to kindle your interest to start a business on your own. So in this session of less than 1 hour, if we can develop some interest in this line, I'm sure you will be able to come out with a strong urge at the end of your studies, that is after completion of your fourth year in Karunya. There are some more steps: recruitment of staff, not a big problem; installation, procurement of raw materials, power connection, production, marketing, essential part, repayment of loans. All those things will come in your business plan, profit generation, later avoiding sickness, then modernization and upgradation of technology on a later stage. So these things are slightly on a later time you can think about. At this moment, as a student in Karunya, student of engineer, student of a degree course, this particular scheme, development of SMEs through incubators, is a point to consider. This is the objective is to nurture innovative business ideas. To survive in business, you have to be innovative. New indigenous technologies, processes, products, etc., could be commercialized in a year. For example, during your studies, you'll be doing some project work. With the guidance of your professor or HOD, you'll be working out some projects. That project, that particular project, if it could be commercialized, if it has some commercial value, then to test that particular project, even beyond the degree course, scheme is introduced by the government for the students of agriculture, students of engineering, to facilitate technology guidance workshop. That is after your studies, after your graduation, after the fourth year, I am telling. To facilitate technology guidance workshop, lab support, linkages with other agencies for successful launching, guide the entrepreneur in establishing enterprise, etc. business incubator scheme is useful for you. Assist incubation of innovative ideas. In other words, let me try to put it in a simple word. You have an innovative idea which you have worked during your college days as a part of your curriculum, part of the project work. That particular idea you feel it can be commercialized. That particular idea can be commercialized, but you are not very much sure, or you need to test it, you need to validate it. For that, you need a support. The supports are like workshop facilities, laboratory support, plus further guidance from your guides, HODs. All those things are available in a technology business incubator established in a college. I think Karanya might be having one. Encourage ideas to become SMEs. See, here in a particular in this particular scheme, you will be given an opportunity to work for an year or 1.5 year to validate your idea so that you can confidently invest in that project after the incubation period. The assistance given for this program is up to 85% of the project cost, up to 8 lakhs per idea. Each BI means business incubator. In Coimbatore, there are several engineering colleges, several agri colleges, even TNAU Coimbatore, I know for sure. They are operating one business incubator where the graduates means after the 4th year, because government is not funding for your project. While to acquire a degree later, the idea should have a commercial value. Is underlying uh, principle in this. It's not that for research interest, not for publication of a paper, but the particular idea should be commercialized, should turn into a commercial entity after the incubation period. Eligible institutions are like engineering colleges, technological institutions, research labs, universities, and any educational establishment are eligible. For them, 6.25 lakh for handholding each new idea entrepreneur is also given. So those who are in final year or in 3rd year, they should think about this project. They may have some workable project in their mind, but before validation, before they are sure about the success, they will not be able to invest money in a project. So to test that particular idea, technology business incubator will be useful. In Coimbatore, there are many. I think Karanya might be having one business incubator. If they don't have, it's high time for them to establish one. So in this small session, while summing up, we have defined who is an entrepreneur. He is the one who identifies the opportunities, innovate the ideas, raises money from financial institutes, banks, from whatever sources possible, assembles inputs and manage the organization. These are all the functions of an entrepreneur. In short, he is the one who undertakes a business or an enterprise assuming risk. Again, the emphasis is on risk. Unless you are prepared to take risk, yeah, safe employment is a better option for you. But if you are prepared to take risk, entrepreneurship is a best career opportunity for you, in my personal and considered opinion. He is an innovative person, generates profits. Recently, I was listening few YouTube videos, how people have come up with very small background to great level. For to get inspiration from those persons, just Google successful entrepreneurs, find out how people have come up. So let us not always worry about the superlatives like Ambani's or Adani's. Let us see from our modest background how much profit I will be able to make, how much comfort or how much luxuries I can add up to my life. All those things are important. But if you are so lucky or so powerful, you can be a millionaire or billionaire or anything is the limit. Entrepreneurship requires development of certain qualities. As I told you, entrepreneur needs some qualities, but no one can hope to possess every quality. But some of the shortcomings you can always overcome, you can acquire, like um, learning from others. You'll be able to groom yourself to a proper entrepreneurial person. The entrepreneurial qualities and skills can be developed through programs and training. Through training and education, you can acquire. Recap the process of bearing a risk of running a business is entrepreneurship. Whatever the definitions are there from 1725, there are n number of definitions available in the textbooks, but the simplest definition is the process of bearing risk of running a business. Entrepreneur is a person who takes the risk of converting a new idea into reality. So don't go on doing the products which are available in the market. Don't try to repeat. Yeah, if at all you want to repeat, you should have some more novelty, some more advantage in that, at least a price reduction in that, or quality improvement, something different from the normal product available in the market. Then entrepreneur, then agripreneur. Simple agricultural entrepreneurship or agripreneurship refers to entrepreneurship in agriculture. Those who are taking up entrepreneurship in the field of agriculture can be classified as agripreneurs. So finally, as I told you, கொஞ்சம் மாத்தி யோசிக்கணும். Do you have what it takes to do something innovative? See, every fish is going to one direction. The one which wants to take risk or which assumes little different attitude wants to sail in the other direction. So this is the thing to do something different. The spirit of entrepreneurship, something was written in Tamil. It did not come clear. This is a competition between the Walmart. Walmart, you might be knowing, is a chain of supermarkets in the US. And this particular lady is challenging the Walmart because she does the entrepreneurial function, she does procurement, she does sales, she maintains some inventory, she makes a profit, she maintains her customers. So this is the spirit of entrepreneurship. All these functional area, whatever Walmart does, yeah, street vendor, a old lady of her age, she is also doing the similar functions. When she can do it, an agricultural scientist or agricultural graduate, you should be able to do much better. Finally, the definition is entrepreneurship is not a magic. It's something mysterious, and it has nothing to do with the genes. People may say people from business community can do a better business, not everybody. But it's not like that. It's a discipline like agriculture, what you study. And like any other discipline, it can be learned. People learn electrical, mechanical, civil, agriculture, architecture, anything. Similarly, entrepreneurship can also be learned. So told by Peter Drucker, the eminent economist. So questions, I think there is no scope for this, and whatever the doubts, you can just post it to me. This presentation will be shared to you. You can contact me. My contact particulars will be available with your department and HOD. Any other quick questions, if I can answer? Madam?
Thank you, sir.
Madam?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. No.
Madam, can
Hello?
you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Now the floor is open for questions. Students, they can
Madam?
also use the comment box for raising any questions. Sir, is it audible?
Oh, sh-
Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello? Sir? Yeah,
you are audible.
okay.
Please unmute. Sir, unmute பண்ணிட்டாங்க.
Hello?
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Hello?
okay. Sir,
Sir,
Hello?
we
Hello?
can hear you.
hello?
Hello?
Sir, we can hear you, sir. Hello?
Usha, if students have questions, let them ask.
Yes, ma'am. Students, please raise your questions. You can also use the comment box for raising questions. Any questions, please you can ask.
If you have any questions immediately, yes.
Students,
If not, we will thank our speaker today. Dr. Usha,
hello?
Dr. Usha, should we?
Ma'am, I think, I think there's no any question right now.
I think we can conclude, and we want to thank our speaker today. Sir?
Ma'am, 1 second, ma'am.
Yes, ma?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello?
Sir, is it
Madam,
audible,
there
sir? Sir?
It's audible.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Hey,
sir.
so you can share the slides with the participants,
Okay, sir.
and any queries I will be able to answer. Let them mail me.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Okay, then we can.
Okay.
really
Sir.
thanks, sir.
Okay, madam.
Sir, I want to thank you extremely, sir. You are one thing I really liked your advice of students starting to think right now. Those who are in the final year,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
igniting their minds. And we do have an incubator here. We will, and the third years they're going to be in the experiential learning program during the final year, and they can probably experiment their ideas, validate their ideas while here, and then it's a great encouragement to our students. Mute your phone, mute your audio. Archana, please mute your audio unless you want to speak. Please, if you have anything, please speak up. You have this time. Sir is available, and I want to really thank for taking this time, sir. It's a wonderful, lots of information you have shared, and I think it will be a great
Thank you, madam.
to share your PowerPoint with us. That's
Thank you.
great, sir.
And
Thank you, sir.
on our behalf, we thank the Karunya for giving us an opportunity. Our plan is to the message of entrepreneurship should spread among the student community. So in future, at least some 10% of your students or slightly more can think of starting an enterprise on their own. Yes,
Very
madam.
true, sir. I really like the slide where you projected the fishes going in one direction and the one fish going in a, that is very, very,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
it's
go in opposite direction.
yes, that's very nice, very nice.
Thank you.
mindset of an entrepreneur
Thank you,
is
madam.
important. Thank you, sir. And
Yes,
I
yes.
students,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
You
Dr.
can
Usha,
close.
for
Thank you, ma'am.
this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sumaya also for
Thank you.
coordinating on making it to
Thank
happen.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Okay.
We look forward to
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
yeah,
sir.
keep you all updated about the upcoming webinars, and please be benefited also.
Sure, madam. Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, sure. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
I will end the
You
session.
can close now. Okay.